Yo people, big up Wagwan where I deal with where you dip on up top. Blessings, you don't know, they are back again with another video. Clinical the Jamaican citizen. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel as well. And also, just share my video. Just anyone where you would like, share the video. You see me? So let's talk about this season. Particularly, I want to talk about the remainder of this season. In my opinion, I believe that top 4 is a must. We have to get top 4. It's a must. Yeah? Now, if you look at previous seasons, there's always a point in the season where when we officially confirm top 4, Pep will make sure to highlight that and say, I'm so happy that we'll be in the Champions League for next season. This club has to be playing in the Champions League. And it's very important that we qualify every year. Something along those lines, right? Don't quote me verbatim, but I don't believe there's been a season, not that I've noticed or can remember, that has not happened. Like him always come around at some point and say something of the sort, right? Now, if we look at this season, at the beginning of the season, Pep obviously looked at this team, looked at this squad and said, we can win the league as it is. News came out recently that he told the board, do not make any major changes to the squad because I believe that we have enough. We have what we need to go on and win the league. Now I understand. That might have been complacency on him. Obviously complacency on the board as well, because they would have given some pushback and say, yo, if you want to look at the injury record of these players here, if you want to look at the current performance path of these players here, we do believe that you'll need reinforcements here, and here, right? And this player might need to leave and so on and so forth. They could have had those recommendations instead of just saying, okay, Pep, if you feel happy with what we have, then cool. We'll just work with what you say. Now, Pep clearly looked at the team at the beginning of the season and said, yeah, this is another title winning team I have right here. I don't really need any major additions. And I understand that complacency might be an issue. Injuries might be an issue because we have had a lot of injuries this season. Whether scattered throughout or this guy come back and then this guy just drop out, and then by the time that guy come back, the other guy drop out. So it's like we still just kind of work with very limited number of players in certain positions on the pitch. I understand that these things are all factors, yeah? But the fact of the matter is, and I don't really like to use injuries as an excuse necessarily, because in my opinion, you need to have a squad that is big enough and strong enough to accommodate for injuries. Now, obviously, that can still be exceeded because you will not have 6 centre-backs saying, oh yeah, we might have 3 injuries there, so we want to have 3 so that we might still can rotate and then additionally look at filling in players there, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not realistic, right? But there is still, like, measures that you can take to make sure that things are in place when these unforeseen circumstances come around, that you can mitigate it as much as possible. Now, regardless of these circumstances, in this season, to what Pep looked at the beginning and said we can win the league, you're telling me that we're moving from there to maybe qualifying for Europe? Nah. But what we're saying? Europa League? 6th? 5th? Is that what we're looking at? Like, this is a club that over the years raised its standard in world football. This is a club that won the treble 2 years ago. And you're telling me that we can't, like, look at this. Liverpool had an injury crisis, I think, 2 years ago under Klopp, right? They still came back. No, they finished 5th, to be fair, but they were like 2 points off of 4th. That's the kind of energy I want to see this team have. Make that turnaround in the second half of the season and make that top 4 push. If that will fall off too far to where we can't really be certain of getting top 4, make the push to where we can look back and say, you know what? We left it a little bit too late. Now we have to end up in the Europa League. Don't tell me no that we might end up scraping the Europa League. Nah. That cannot be what's happening. Because at the end of the day, this is not like this fall off happened in February to where it's like, oh no, the January window already passed. We can't really get any reinforcements now. We don't have any credible known players that we can bring in to immediately bolster the squad, or any academy players on the brink of breaking in that we can come in and give them a chance. No, like, that is not the current situation. And let's not even mention the academy players yet, yeah, because that's something I'm still like very, very upset about, because I really do think that there are players there who should have gotten more of a chance in this season that we've been having. But let's look at the facts here, yeah. So this fall off began in October, I believe. Like, it wasn't immediately after Rodri got injured. Rodri got injured in the match against Arsenal in September, if I remember correctly. Now, that alone should have been an indicator, say, yeah, we need at least one signing now, because he's not coming back this season. And you're not telling me that the best player, arguably the best player in our team, yeah, the man who just won the Ballon d'Or, and I'm not just talking about best player last season, I'm talking the best player overall, arguably, yeah, because it was him, Haaland, KDB. Those are the three guys people always look upon. For me, I've been saying for a while, yo, it's probably Rodri, you know. Even last season with Foden getting the Premier League player of the season, I was still looking at it and saying, yo, that could have easily been Rodri, because Rodri was right up there bar for bar with him in terms of performances, yeah? So that guy just won the Ballon d'Or, another world-class, best in the world in his position season for Manchester City again, and he's now out for the rest of the season in the second month of the season, yeah? And you're telling me we're not looking at getting a replacement for him? I now believe that. And if I am to believe that, then heads need to roll up top, because clearly the complacency gone beyond logic, yeah? So that's already business we know we need for doing in January. We have a ton of centre-back injuries. We do not have enough players there. That's business we need to get done. Kyle Walker now, apparently news is coming out that he's not staying at Manchester City past this window. That's, again, business we can look at getting in for now, right? So we already have like 3 positions we can look at there, and we saw Alvarez never get a replacement again. Madness. But, you know, Marmouche soon comes. So, cool. Moves are getting made now. Yeah? We know what we need to do, or have a general idea since September, October, November, when things have been so poor. We know what we need. We're not scoring enough goals. Yeah? We don't have enough defenders available because of injury-prone players. Players just keep dropping like flies. Yeah? We don't have anybody in the midfield who can sufficiently deputize for Rodri. The Gundogan experiment failed. I absolutely love the player Ilkay Gundogan, our treble-winning captain, legend of the football club. But the bringing back project failed. It's not working, bro. Like, we saw the Brentford match yesterday. It flopped. The transfer just flopped in our face. We just have to accept the L, take it and move on. Kovacic is not Rodri. And again, he's not very mobile. I don't even think him have that defensive work rate that we're looking for either, because when he's going up the field, the guy want to look devastating at times. Players are surrounding him, can't stop him, and he's just moving through the pitch. But defensively, we don't get that work rate from him going back the other way. So we need players in there who can get the job done, get some steel in the midfield, help out the back line, and actually alleviate some of the pressure that the guys are facing back there. Because right now, you get past the first press, and it's like, oh, direct running at the back four now, and we're probably going to get some nice chances. That's how it's been throughout this whole entire run. And with the club that has the resources that we have, assuming that 115 is not an issue, because you said you had irrefutable evidence. So I'm not assuming that we're going to get we have any concerns about getting through there, and the charges are all up to 2019 if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so spending that we do now is not affected by 115. It's more the current era of PSR that we're in now. Plus, to top it all off, we have the greatest manager of all time, arguably. Come on, man. We have to get top 4. Top 4 is a must in my opinion. Big up, people. Until next